Well, another day, another cert. So I've started on the CompTIA professional certifications, and I decided to tackle the one that would be hardest for me first. And I was actually not expecting to pass this, so I'm pleasantly surprised. Um, so I'm CompTIA DataX certified. So let's go ahead and share this. And on LinkedIn, which is what I like to use. And happy day. Cool. So let me talk a little bit about studying for this. First of all, I did have a little trainer series that I actually went back and reviewed. When I listen to videos, I usually do it at double speed. Because a lot of the stuff I'm familiar with, and then if there's something that catches me, I make a note, and I make notes of trying to figure out what to help. Because I had access to that, I also had access to CompTIA's actual training on it, and that did help me with this. I did the practice test in the first part of the course, and I saw that I wasn't happy with my score. I think I was getting around 50%. And then I went through each of the chapter quizzes, and I did the chapter quiz first. And if I didn't do that great, I went back and reviewed the module. After reviewing the module, I would move on to the next one. And once again, I take the quiz first. If I got a great score on that module, there wasn't much of a reason for me to review the content in there. And then I took the post-assessment. The post-assessment's kind of like a practice test. And the only thing I did special with that is I would make notes of things to remember as I was taking the test, because it's a practice test. And then I could look them up afterwards. And I think I had improved about 20%. So I'm now at 70, getting about 70%. I wasn't happy with that score. So I was looking at the exam objectives, and I wanted to know what I needed to pass. And I'll link to the exam objectives down below. But looking here, it says passing score, and let me make this bigger. This made me cranky. It's pass-fail only. It's not a skilled score. I have no clue what I needed to get to pass. But I wanted to improve a little bit. So I wanted to block out about 10 hours to finish studying for this. And I basically went through the modules and tried to understand what did I need help with. And I ended up putting almost everything in ChatGPT and getting some notes as well, which was nice. And then if there were things that I needed to know slight differences, and some of them were not on here. Some of them are actually from the practice test. So for example, in the practice test, it talks about data types. And there were some data types that I still to this day can't fully explain what's the difference between one and another. Just because one's at random and one's not completely at random. So I'm kind of confused there. I couldn't think of some good examples, and ChatGPT didn't help me enough. But yeah, I went and I put everything in ChatGPT, and then I had my extra questions from the sample tests, and I had a 151-page document that I would review a couple times until I took the test. And one of the things in taking the practice test and studying, there are things that I identified that I just was not going to be able to do. So for example, I'm going to jump here to moving average. If you look at the autoregressive and moving average, it has the equations here. If I was just shown an equation like this, I would have no clue what it's asking for. This and this. I just have no clue. So I'd have to make my best guess. But yeah, I made 151 pages of notes for me with the help of ChatGPT. And yeah, I hope this will help you, excite you on your certification journey. But I just wanted to share the happy news that I got another certification. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next video.